In the previous video, we talked about the styling of the CLA 200 Sport. No doubt it's a beautiful car, but no car review is complete without the technical features and the performance of any car, right? So we're gonna talk about them in this video. So stay tuned with us and let's start. Now let's talk about performance, but first we'll talk about the CLA 200. It comes in three variants, the CLA 200 Sport, the CLA 200D Sport and the CLA 200D. This being a CLA 200 Sport, it comes in a 4-cylinder 2-liter petrol engine capable of producing 184 horsepower and 300 Nm of torque, which talks for itself when we talk about it's a sports sedan. If we talk about the transmission, it's a 7-speed automatic dual-clutch transmission which comes in a forward-wheel drive terrain. The driving dynamics of the CLA 200 depend upon which mode you're driving in. Namely, it comes with 4 modes: Sport mode, Comfort mode, Individual mode and Eco mode. If we talk about the 4 modes individually, if we talk about Sport mode, the Sport mode, it changes how the steering feels. It becomes a little bit more firm and the suspension also becomes firm so as to decrease the body roll. The car becomes much more responsive, which is good for Sport mode. When we put the car into Comfort mode, the steering feel changes. It becomes much lighter, which makes the car easy to move, and the suspension is also toned down a little bit so as to give you the most comfortable ride as possible. Next up is the Individual mode. When we put the car into Individual mode, that is the time when you can actually change the car according to your liking. The steering feel can be changed according to Sport mode or Comfort mode. At the same time, the suspension feel can also be changed according to your liking, whether you like it firm or in Comfort mode. Last but not the least, we come into Eco mode. When we switch the car into Eco mode, then is the time when the car wants to save as much fuel as possible. Comparatively to other modes, the steering feels a little bit firm and the gear changes happen at a lower RPM. Another key aspect of any car really is safety, and obviously Mercedes has thought of that, and so features like traction control, electronic stability control, ABS are standard in this car. But what I like is that they've given us a total of 7 airbags for the protection of each and every rider in this car. Another thing about this car is that it's quite heavy. I know it's a sports sedan and it shouldn't be, but looking at it from a safety point of view, it's quite good, because even at high speeds you won't feel that this car is unstable at all. Now, what good is a Mercedes review if we don't talk about the features in this car, which this car has a lot of? We'll start with the infotainment display. The infotainment display in this car is quite good. It gives you a lot of features like interior lighting, the customizability of your individual mode and all of those things. It's a fantastic infotainment display, but the downside of it is that it's not touchscreen. Everything you have to do with the infotainment display is using the dial or the controls given the center console stack. Now, as I'm talking about the interior lighting, this car has very good interior lighting. And especially at night, when you look at it, it looks amazing. It has a total option of 12 colors from which you can select, which I think is plenty. You can select any of those colors and have a blissful experience in this car. One other thing about this car that I'm totally in love with is its interior. Mercedes is known for creating one of the best interiors, and this car is no different. Whenever you sit inside this car, you get a feeling of a plush interior which is completely leather filled. Wherever you see, you'll see leather in this car, which is great. Now, one thing I would like to mention is the AC vents in this car. They have a very unique shape and there are a total of 5 AC vents in this car. If you look at them, they actually resemble a turbine of an airplane. And they have a unique use as well. If you turn them anti-clockwise, it closes the vent, but if you turn them clockwise, it opens the vent up. And the best part about these AC vents is that you can turn them anywhere you want, which actually offers you a great experience. And without any doubt, one of the favorite things of this car are the rimless doors, which gives this car a whole new character. But the important thing to notice over here is that when you open the door, the windows roll down a little bit so as to when you slam the door shut, the windows don't hit the door sill and crack themselves. You have to admit that was pretty cool. And with that, we complete our review of the CLA 200 Sports. It's an amazing car, perfect styling, amazing performance and a lot of features. But still, do you agree with the fact that it's worth the price tag of 36 lakhs? Please tell us down in the comments below. If you like our video, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel to see us in future videos. Thank you.